Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase and this is All Things Random. Christmas is just 5 days away when this video drops. So this is going to be a list of 3 men's watches, 3 women's watches for the last minute shopper. Now, I was not going to do this list because a lot of people are doing these lists. They're hopping on the back of Christmas and the holidays just to make money and just to get views. Well, here I am doing the exact same thing. I had multiple people ask me about different watch ideas, different watch gifts, things for watch lovers, and just last minute gifts. And honestly, I looked on Amazon and I was like, if I could pick 3 great watches from a high tier to a low tier that anybody would love, whether it's someone who owns watches already, someone who's into the hobby, like knees deep into the hobby, or someone who is just getting into it, these are all watches that I would highly recommend. Now, the first watch on this series is going to be the most expensive to the least expensive on both lists. And of course, I'm talking about first, number 1, the most affordable Swiss watch on the market, and that is going to be the Hamilton. Specifically, we're talking about the Khaki King series. But the watch I'm talking about over here is specifically reference number, because there's a lot of numbers, H6445553. Now that watch, the watch up here that I have pictured in the corner, is just the best all-around tactical watch for everyday wear. And when I say tactical watch, I mean more like a field watch, not really tactical watch. The next watch is more going to be a tactical watch, but this watch, which is a field watch, offers a 40 millimeter stainless steel case, 50 meters of water resistance, sapphire crystal that covers an awesome dial, a day-date complication at just underneath the 12 o'clock position, and the H40 movement that has 80 hours of power reserve inside. You're getting everything that a lot of luxury people get in a cheap package at just under $500. When I say cheap, it doesn't mean they skimp on the quality. The H40 movement, which is an automatic movement, again offers that day-date complication with 80 hours of power reserve. Most automatic movements, especially in this price range, are not Swiss, and they only offer 40 hours of power reserve. So you're doubling your power reserve, you're getting a Swiss movement, so you're looking at the quality of a Swiss movement in a very affordable package. Honestly, you'd be hard-pressed to find anything better at that price range, and it's on Amazon. It can go to your house in 2 days. All these are on Amazon. It just made it easier, and most people have Amazon, especially if you're here in the US like myself. I live in Alaska. I can get it within 2 days. Anywhere else, you can also get it within 2 days, unless you live somewhere outside the US. But this is for, you know, Amazon ease in the US, I guess. I should have prerequisite that on the list. Anyway, next on the list is going to be the Luminox, and specifically it's going to be this Luminox with this serial reference. Now, why didn't I read it off my list? I don't know, probably because my handwriting's terrible, but you know that this Luminox looks amazing. It is nice, blacked out, stealth looking, and one of the things I really like about it is it's illuminated with gas tubes. Just gives it an overall coolness factor. Now, this watch is gonna be an affordable watch for one of those tactical buddies that you have, or even if you just want to feel cool, or your father-in-law wants to feel cool, or somebody else. It's just an overall awesome stealth looking watch. All blacked out, a 44 millimeter black resin case. It's pretty lightweight on the wrist, but it offers 100 meters of water resistance, so it's extremely durable. Only mineral crystal on the face, which really isn't that big a deal because we're also talking about under $200. But again, it does have the coolness factor. Luminox is a very well-known brand, and it really is durable. Honestly, if we're talking about durability, I would say G-Shock is the most durable. Luminox would be a close second. So you're getting a pretty tough, durable watch you can take to the range or wear every day. Now, last on the list for the men's watches is going to be a Citizen. And specifically, I'm going to read you the Citizen model number AW1361-01E. Now, this is going to be an Eco Drive. Now, why did I put a Citizen watch on this? Because anybody can afford a Citizen. This Citizen comes in at 120 bucks. And honestly, it's a very low-key watch. You can basically wear in any situation at any time. It's more like a pilot style, and that is something that I think appeals to a lot of people. A little larger at 45 millimeters, so it's going to fit, you know, those large to medium style wrists. If you have a smaller wrist, I necessarily wouldn't recommend it, but you could if you wanted. I mean, I see people wearing around 55 millimeter Invictas and they rock it. They rock out with their socks out and they're just fine with it. So it depends on your mentality when it comes to wearing watches. Honestly, 45 millimeters is a little large even for my wrist, and my wrist is 7 1/4, but I would still wear it because it has a smaller profile. It's only 12 millimeters thick, so it's going to slip underneath any cuff. Now this thing does have 100 meters of water resistance. Again, that pilot's design, really sleek looking, and it offers the Citizen name with the Eco Drive. The Eco Drive is a quartz movement that takes light from everywhere and recharges its internal battery. So basically, you never need to change the battery. It's just any light in the room, and it works basically forever. And Eco Drive is a very well-known, very accurate workhorse system, and Citizen is a very well-known name that everybody respects. I can't lie about that. Citizen is a pretty respectable watch company, brand company. Either way. Now on to the women's watches, the 3 women's watches on this list. It's going to be the exact same type of order from most expensive down to the most affordable. And these watches, I think, appeal to basically every woman out there who wants to wear a watch. A lot of women want to wear Apple watches or smart watches or no watches at all. So you're just going to have to know your lady friend. The first one is going to be Tissot. Now this Tissot is very, very beautiful indeed. And the model number of this one is going to be T035207110310. What's with all these extremely large serial numbers? I mean, how many is that? Like, that's like 12 numbers. It's like, for goodness sake, no wonder I have a list here. Anyway, the Tissot is much like the Hamilton when it comes to affordable Swiss watches. This watch comes in at just under 450 bucks. Now this is slightly cheaper than a lot of men's Tissots at the same price range. I would say because it comes in a smaller package, but who really knows? It does come in at 32 millimeters in diameter, so it's going to be that elegant size for most women. Beautiful case, sapphire crystal. Love the fact that it is an automatic movement. It offers the Tissot Powermatic 80-hour power reserve. If anybody knows about the Powermatic 80, basically what they did was they slowed the vibrations per hour from 28,600 beats an hour to 21,600. So they changed the hertz and doubled the power reserve from just over 42 to 80 hours of power reserve. So you basically just wear it every couple days and you will be absolutely fine for the week. That's one thing that I really love about Tissot is, yes, it does have a slower beat rate. However, it offers more power reserve. And honestly, for a lot of women, and I know a lot of women, actually, I don't know many women at all. I just like to say that. But the women that I know who actually wear watches, which is actually none. But I've heard stories of women who wear watches. They don't do it consistently. So with something with a 36 to 42 hour power reserve, they're going to be resetting the time all the time because nobody really owns a watch winder in everyday world. I mean, unless you have 30 watches, most people don't own watch winders to begin with. So with a woman who doesn't consistently wear a watch, something with 80 hours of power reserve is actually like pretty great because it doesn't have to be, you know, set all the time. That being said, it's elegant, it's beautiful, 100 meters of water resistance. It can be worn in any type of environment. And like I said, on Amazon, just under 450 bucks. Now the next one on the list is going to be an Orient watch. I love Orient watches, and specifically this is going to be the Charlene. And the Charlene, the serial number or reference number for that is going to be the NR1Q004W for all you who love the reference numbers. This thing is honestly, it's a very beautiful watch. Now it was on Amazon. It's no longer on Amazon. It says it's currently unavailable. So I'm going to list a different link of a different place down below. You may not get it by Christmas, but this is a watch for the ladies in the affordable range. I love Orient. Orient does their own in-house automatic movements. You're really going to be hard-pressed to find anything more affordable. This watch specifically is 31 millimeters in diameter. Again, that perfect size for a woman's wrist. It's more elegant, more dainty. It is just more classy. Offers a mineral crystal, 50 meters of water resistance, so you can wear it in everyday life. It does have cubic zirconians, not diamonds, around the dial, but it does have a really beautiful layout that they've created. Now, this watch itself is only 150 bucks or less, depending on the website you get it. So you're getting an automatic watch, beautiful, beautiful looking watch, Orient that does their own in-house movements, and you can get it within just a couple days. And honestly, like, you're probably gonna get a lot of love for it. Now, last but not least on this list is going to be a Seiko. Now, this Seiko is it's funny because I want to do a video on very well-known watch brands who do homages of other famous watches, and this Seiko is going to be one of them. It absolutely looks like a Cartier tank without the price point. Now, this Seiko is from their Essentials collection. The reference number of that is going to be the SWR053. Now, this watch, like the Cartier tank, is extremely classy. It's extremely elegant. Its design is timeless. That square look, whether it's gold or whether it's stainless steel, it just looks great, especially with that leather band. You could wear this in a dress. I'm talking for the ladies here. You could wear it, or if that's your thing, that's your thing. But it could be worn in a dress, it could be worn casually, or it could be worn extremely dressed up. Now, this thing is 36 millimeters in diameter. Its total overall length, so it's still small profile on the wrist. It does have a black leather band. It is quartz, but it is missing that ticking second hand. So it being a quartz movement really isn't that big a deal. And in fact, like I said earlier, when it comes to women who aren't consistently wearing watches, sometimes quartz is the best way to go. I just don't like a ticking second hand. So if the second hand is missing, quartz, I would have no problem at all recommending. Now, this thing, like I said, classic design, as it is referenced off of something like the Cartier tank, but this thing, instead of costing thousands of dollars, is just under 115. Now, what do you guys think about the list that I've created right here, or the lists that I've created? 3 men's, 3 women's. This thing is dropping on Tuesday, the 21st, and if you look right now, you still have time to order stuff for your loved one, friend, watch lover, or whomever. Now, if you like videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment of the content you guys would like to see on this channel. If you have other different types of watches that you would recommend to someone who's doing last minute Christmas shopping, leave a comment down below. I will tell you this, I will tell you that if you guys are really in need of something for a watch lover, just go to Walmart and buy the Casio World Time on the stainless steel bracelet. It is an amazing watch. It's only 30 bucks. It's at every Walmart. Anyway, I got a lot of videos coming up in the future. Make sure you guys are hitting that notification bell so you guys can be notified when I drop that next video. Until next time.